everyone. Well, it's day 4. I can't believe we are just sailing through the week. It's Taryn. I hope you guys are enjoying the information and getting value out of it. So please let me know how you're doing. I don't know unless I don't hear from you. And those that I do hear from, I'm getting so many great stories and just aha moments, and it makes my day. So thank you guys so much. But today I want to talk about sugar. You know, we've done a lot on the sugar detoxing, but what we don't realize that hides in our food, especially packaged or processed foods, are sugar-free stuff. So because it's low calorie and we think, well, it's better than having a tablespoon of sugar, it is just basically a chemical storm. And so I would rather you naturally sweeten and find an alternative to getting your sweet fix than having some sugar-free syrup or jam or sugar-free yogurt or ice cream or anything, you know? So this is really kind of what I just want to do a short video for you on how dangerous sugar-free or even low-fat, non-fat stuff can be for you. Because usually when you have a low-fat or non-fat food of any sort, it's generally loaded with sugar because they've extracted all of the actual core nutrients and the origination of that product. You know, let's say dairy, for instance, they've extracted all its naturally occurring cultures that may have natural sugars in them already. You know, we talked about that in the labels yesterday, but then they insert these sugar-free things to it that your body has no idea what it is. Our bodies are really smart, but when we give it a bunch of chemicals, it doesn't really know what to do with it, and it sends it in a tailspin. So that's why you'll see I never ever post or consume anything anymore that is sugar-free. I used to be a freak for a sugar-free, non-fat latte at Starbucks, and I loved it when the fall came around and I could get sugar-free pumpkin spice, or I could get sugar-free caramel, whatever, and make all these fun different coffee drinks, plus non-fat milk. I mean, just a total whammo with a bunch of extra sugar, and it wasn't even real sugar. Okay, so, and that same goes for like Splenda and, you know, all those artificial sweeteners that they claim are better for you than a thing of table sugar. If you're going to sweeten something, you know, my best suggestions for you, especially if you're, you know, going to make something that you need that sweet fix. If you're making muffins or you are having a bowl of yogurt in the morning, plain full-fat yogurt, not low-fat, non-fat, sugar-free, right? Plain non-fat, or sorry, plain full-fat yogurt. You can naturally sweeten it with raw honey. It's a great natural sweetener. You can cut up dates. You can put a little bit of stevia in it. A little bit goes a long way because that is a really potent plant and can be very sweet on its own. So a little bit really goes a long way. But I'll tell you, like, the pure raw honey is the best sweetener out there. When you're baking, instead of using sugar, you can use honey. Applesauce is actually a really great alternative because you've got the natural sugars out of the apples. I put cinnamon on a lot of stuff. It gives me that kind of sweet fix. If I'm gonna have a treat, or if I need something at night, I'll reach for a thing of dark chocolate. I'll get a little dark chocolate square. Endangered Species is a brand that I like. I like their mission. I like their message. And I know what's in it, and it's just a little fix, and I'm satisfied. I don't need anything else. What happens when we eat these sugar-free, low sugar type foods is your body still goes into that crash and crave cycle because it's not a natural food that your body knows what to do with. It hits this really quick spike, right? Your insulin just goes through the roof, and then you notice that you just come crashing down. So as you probably notice when you eat, you know, pastries or donuts or any kind of high sugar laden beverage or snack or whatever, you'll notice that you have this huge spike in sugar because your insulin's just gone through the roof, and then you'll crash immediately because your body's just like exhausted from trying to trying to convert it and get it out of your system, but it's sitting and harboring in your body, and that's what's wreaking havoc. But think about when you add chemicals to that, right? Our body does not do well in a toxic environment, and that's why when we go through these sugar detoxes, our bodies just hurt, we have headaches, we're exhausted, because our bodies are working so hard to detoxify and get all of the junk that's come from the processed foods, that's come from this non-fat, low-fat, tasteless kind of society that we had been accustomed to and only knew as to the best way to eat because it had low calories and it had low sugar and it had low fat, right? But our bodies actually do really, really well when we have real healthy fats, real protein, and real carbohydrates in the way of fruits and vegetables that have naturally occurring sugars, okay? So I just wanted this topic to solely be on thinking about the sugar-free epidemic, okay, and the concept behind it and what it really means. Because you know what, to be honest, I didn't really think anything of it. I didn't know anything different about it until I actually stopped to think about sugar-free. What's that mean? It's not even really sugar anymore. It's something fake. And so you're putting fake food into your body, just like we talked about chips. They're fake food. They're not really naturally occurring. They maybe were at some point when it was a potato, but now that potato's been peeled and stripped and fried and processed and flattened and natural flavors added to it and salted and smacked around and then put in a bag and on a shelf and sitting there, and it's gonna last you for 2 years. There's something wrong with that picture, right? So I just want you to think about that, and goes hand in hand with this ingredient thing. When it comes to I need a fix of sugar in some regards, think about the natural way to get that fix done. And you can get it with an apple, pairing it with some almond butter, okay? A date, and you could put some almond butter, like heated in the oven. Oh my God, it's so good. So good. You get that kind of sweet and salty fix. You can have some Greek full-fat yogurt, put a little raw honey, or you could put some fresh berries on it and a little dash of cinnamon. There's so many great ways that you can get that fix without having that huge spike in insulin and sending your body into a tailspin. So there you have it, my little spiel on why sugar-free foods are just garbage and that your body is not intended to take them and absorb them, and you have to allow yourself the time to release them and detoxify. It's a painful process, and sometimes it sucks. I know when you have those headaches, but it's totally normal. As long as you stay hydrated and you stay engaged and committed, you'll come out the other end and you'll feel absolutely amazing, and you'll be so glad to rid yourself of that sugar fix and of that kind of, what's the word I'm looking for, but it's just weighing you down, and it runs your life and it ruins your life, quite honestly. So it's a huge problem with a lot of people, and is a big overcome and great feeling when you can get rid of it and release it. So let me know if you have any questions whatsoever. Sorry I kind of rambled on it, but it's kind of a hot topic for me, and only because I know how good it feels to be free of the dependency of sugar and the sweet need for it. So let me know if you have questions. Otherwise, excited for you guys. Keep on going, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. See ya.